Hey guys, we are live. I'm Jeff here with eBay Addicts, and today I have a brand new guest with me today. Kyle is here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for jumping on and hanging out with us. Real quick, go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience in case they don't know who you are. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and tell them what it is that you do.
Name's Kyle. Go by Hawleys on all the socials. Um, Located in Central Texas, and I do eBay full time as my job, and then Amazon is kind of like my part time job.
Okay, right, I got it. And
Yeah,
and also you forgot you shoot YouTube videos as well, so that's like another part-time job, right?
yeah.
And
I mean,
and,
yeah.
and you're a
I
father,
don't
and
do
then
too
you
much
got
on there, but yeah, a little bit.
oh, come on, man. You're gonna be doing good. I watched some of your videos and I was taking notes. Kyle is a little hustler. He tries to kind of play it low key, but I see you out there hustling. I saw you, man. You got to tell us, your story about how you became a reseller because you haven't been a reseller your whole life. Like that hasn't been like your full time job. You used to be a teacher at some point, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so I was teaching high school and coaching, and here in Texas, if you're at like a bigger school, you can make some pretty decent money doing that, and but the workload is a lot more also. So I wanted to switch to a smaller school and get out of the big cities, move to a small town. Um, Unfortunately, that meant I was going to have to take about a $15,000 pay cut, and so I was talking with my personal high school coach, about what he would do, how he would go about it and stuff. And so he just in passing by a conversation said, "Hey, you could probably resell some stuff and make, 15,000 to make up for that." And
Really?
he's been reselling since the 80s, like swap meets and stuff. So he kind of said that, and then I just brushed it off. And then maybe a few months later, got back in touch with him again. And then he kind of showed me the ropes a little bit. And the history from there. But that's how I got into reselling, and then transitioned full time a bit later. But yeah.
Okay, cool. We're live. I want to say hello real quick to Miss Taffy is here in the chat. She says Happy Memorial Day. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us today. And Nina J is here in the chat. Says Hey Jeff and guest. Hey, thanks for coming by and hanging out with us on this. I guess it's like a holiday weekend. So if you guys have a question for our guests, drop it in the chat. So you were at a point you needed to make some extra like side income or side money. You were working as a school teacher, and then tell us what happened next. How you kind of transition to kind of got to the point because you're not a single guy. You have a wife, you have kids, you have a family you have to take care of. So it's not easy for you to just walk in the door one day and say, "Hey, I put my 2 weeks notice in. I'm leaving to become a full time reseller." Tell us kind of what led up into this.
Yeah, so I was doing it part time, for about 3 years, I guess. And at that point I was probably making $1,000, $1,500, just extra cash for us to have, and then I had always wanted to kind of do it full time, but I never really put that out there, because I had a job. We needed that income. We had a house. I have 3 kids, a wife. So my wife actually ended up accepting a new position, and it was going to require us to move. And it was middle of the school year, and so I didn't really have to, put my 2 weeks in as I'm quitting, but I had to quit because we were moving for her. So we ended up
Yeah.
moving. And then since it was the middle of the school year, it was a little difficult to find another teaching job. So we decided at that time, fortunately, her new job had a pretty decent pay increase. And so we thought this is a good time to attempt to do this full time and see if you can make the equivalent of what you were making, as a school teacher, and that sort of stuff. So that's how I made the jump, and it's worked out, and I couldn't be happier. So
Yeah. So you were transitioning. So when you guys moved, you said it was in the middle of the school year, so it wasn't easy for you to get another teaching job. So you kind of happenstance kind of walked your way into becoming a full-time reseller, right? And you said you
right,
do
yeah,
most of your sales, I'd say probably 90-95% of your sales are on eBay, but you also do Amazon. So let's talk real briefly about your eBay business. You said that you resell full time on eBay. Tell us what is like your niche, or what is like your business model that you look for with your eBay business.
I don't really, I don't have a niche, I guess. Yeah, I'd say I sell anything that's legal to sell.
Okay.
And so anything that you can make some profit on, and over the past 6 years, I've gotten decent, at finding this sort of stuff. But I don't have a niche. I'll pick up anything. The one thing I probably don't buy as much of as I should is breakables, because I don't want it to get broken during shipment. But I started with sporting goods stuff, and then just transition from there into pretty much everything. But
Right.
the business model for me personally is I have a fairly high average sale price. It's closer to like $80,
Really?
which is a lot more than most people. But so yeah, I don't have a ton of items listed on eBay. From month to month, I'm carrying probably 600 to 650 items, and I sell roughly 115 to 150 per month. So I look for higher end items, and that's kind of just the approach that I take. A lot of stuff that I could make money on, I might not necessarily buy it if it's not higher up there like I like to sell.
Yeah. So what is like your ROI, or return on investment? Do you try to, let's say, buy something for $1 and then try to sell it for $10? Like, what kind of profit margins do you try to lean towards? Because you have to understand is that, there's cost of goods. You have to take out your shipping costs,
Right.
eBay fees, your time to ship out the item. So what type of rate of return do you typically look for items that you're reselling?
Most of the stuff that I'm picking up is garage sales. So like, being down here in Texas, we only have about 4 to 5 weeks where we don't have garage sales. And so, a lot of the items, like you said, I'm getting for $1 to $5 a piece. And then, like I said, the average sale price is, last time I checked, it was like $79 and some change. So it's right at $80. Um,
Really?
so the ROI on that is pretty good. Now the Amazon ROI is not. It's a totally different animal, totally different ball game. But if we're talking eBay, the ROI is pretty high.
Well, I mean, when you're getting an item in between $1 to $5, and you said your average sell price is around $75, $80, you got a pretty good profit margin there. For me, my average sell price is like maybe around $25, and I'm getting items for 50 cents or $1. So we have
Yeah.
different business models, but I just have to sell a lot of products, whereas you can sell less products because your profit margin is higher. So
Right.
now,
Yeah.
what advice would you have somebody if they're watching this video and maybe they're in a similar situation? Maybe they're a school teacher, or maybe they're in a job and they want to kind of transition into becoming a full-time reseller. What advice or knowledge could you pass along to somebody in that audience if they're listening to what you have to say today?
I'd say that it takes time. It definitely takes time. Like, it took me like 3 years of growing my knowledge, and 3 years of mistakes to really transition to full time. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some research, but the data is there. You can look at sell through rates and sold comps and all that stuff. So it's not like it's impossible to find. I would say find some good YouTube channels to follow. Although not all of that stuff is true. Some of that is definitely YouTube stuff. But the advice would be, if you're actually going to do it, just know ahead of time that it doesn't happen overnight, and it's a job. It's not like it's passive income or anything. Like, you definitely have to work. So
Yeah.
don't
Well,
get that confused with like you're just going to sit at home and make money.
what my biggest issue that I have with eBay lately is that where I'm at, gas is like almost $5 a gallon, and so gas prices keep going up, and then the post office keeps raising their rates
Yeah.
to ship out items. So I'm just almost like, okay, I'm putting gas in my gas tank. I'm driving to this thrift store or pawn shop or yard sale or whatever, and you may just come up empty-handed and not find anything, or the profit margins may not be there enough to cover your time and gas and all that stuff. And then when you post an item on eBay, people expect you to have free shipping, and it's like, okay, the shipping rates keep going up every 6 months. So it's
Yeah.
just one of those things. So we're kind of limited on time today, guys. So I'm kind of being quick a little bit. Tell people what would be like your top 3 tips or piece of advice as far as reselling on eBay in general, like off the top of your head.
Three advice. If you're gonna do it, you got to stay consistent. You can't just put 5 or 6 things on there and expect it to sell. Other advice, is don't just buy a bunch of junk and try to sell it. Look at the sold comps, sell through rates, things like that. Like I'm real big into the data, so look at that sort of stuff because it kind of tells you how fast you're going to get that return back on your investment.
Yeah.
And then, just I don't know. I think staying with it and just know ahead of time that it is a lot of work. And it's like I said, the YouTube scene might make it seem like it's not work, but it's definitely a lot of work goes into it. So just know that ahead of time.
Yeah, it's easy sometimes when you watch other YouTubers, resellers, and they'll show you the highlight reel of stuff that they sold this week. But then there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, whether you're packing and shipping and pulling orders or organizing or, sending offers to watchers. There's some stuff that goes in on the back end that's not always, a thumbnail for the video. So,
hey, man, or the one thrift store that they did find stuff at, they went to 5 other ones. But they don't put that in the video because nobody will watch that,
Well,
so
that's the thing. It's like, how you can't post the video and say, okay, I went to 10 pawn shops and only one of them was halfway decent. The other 9 was it wasn't any good. So it's like you might have to hit 10 spots to find one really good one because there's not, the stuff goes quick. So, hey, I wanted to briefly talk real quick about your Amazon FBA business as well, because when I was watching your video, you had like this thing on your finger. I don't know. It's like a finger scanner thing, and you're able to go through quickly and scan a bunch of media items, guys. We're talking about DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, things like that. So talk to me briefly about how to get started in that, because people, if they don't know or comprehend, when you first get started selling items on Amazon, you're gated in DVDs. So talk briefly about how you got started in that and what type of return do you get on your Amazon business?
Yeah, right. So anyone can sell books on Amazon. And so I started with the books. I decided that I wanted to grow my business and grow myself this year. And I stumbled on, a couple of decent YouTube channels with, these guys had like 500 followers. So I could actually send them a question and they would answer my question, that sort of stuff. So I started selling the books because anybody can sell books. And, you have to have the basics. You have to have the Amazon account, and then you have to have a Scout account, basically. And there's a bunch of different ones. But what it does is when you scan the book, it pulls the information straight off of your Amazon, and it tells you what that book is selling for, and it'll tell you you're going to make $10 profit, you're going to make $5 profit. And then you can set up based on how much money you want to make personally, yes, I'll buy that book, or no, I won't buy that book. But so I started selling the books on there, and then transitioned into DVDs. And like you said, nobody can sell DVDs. You have to get ungated. And the way that you do that is you have to actually buy from a wholesaler 10 DVDs, new DVDs, and you have to have the invoice with it, and you have to send all that stuff to Amazon and prove to them that you're buying, actual products that aren't like burned DVDs or whatever. So once I got ungated in the DVDs, that was just a whole different media category that I can sell. And so my Amazon is only books, DVDs, and video games, like you said. So all media on Amazon for me, and if it shows anything, like on my personal YouTube channel, my Amazon videos get like 3, 4, 5 times the amount of views. So there's way more people interested in learning how to do Amazon, I think. I'm not real sure why, because eBay is like definitely more forgiving than Amazon is, and eBay is way easier to learn. But you know, the people are interested in Amazon, so kind of lost my train of thought there.
Yeah, well, with Amazon, the cool thing is that when you're going through with your little scanner and you're scanning these barcodes, you already know what your buy cost is going to be. You already know what it's going to sell for. You already have a pretty good idea based on the sales rank on Amazon how quickly that item is going to sell. And I was watching your videos, and you were saying, "Hey, I made an extra $300-400 this week selling DVDs and media items on your Amazon store." And if you guys watch his videos, I have a link down below. But it'll have it like in green highlighted how much money you think you're going to make. And I mean, like this one DVD that you bought, I was watching your video. I think you paid like $6 for it, and you were going to sell it for like $60-70. So you have pretty good profit margin on that particular DVD set. But a lot of them you were picking up for $2-3 and selling them for 15-20 bucks, which doesn't sound super exciting. But when you send in a big box of, let's say, 100 of them, and you're making, you bought this item for $3 and it's selling for 15-20 bucks range, and you send in 100 of them, and now you got 100 of them selling for 20 bucks a piece. You can see how that could add up quickly, where now you send in a whole box into Amazon, and it's like, okay, I send in $2,000 worth of product, for this week or this month. So tell people a little bit more about the sales rank. Tell them a little bit about your the equipment that they need to have, the finger scanner thing. Tell them what kind of things. Should they go with the free Amazon account? Should they get the pro merchant account? And tell them how much the Shopify account. I think you said Shopify, right? Explain a little bit about that.
I don't personally do any Shopify. But
no, that's not what I meant. But the Scoutify app is what I meant to say.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, when you start on Amazon, you got to have the account, and the Scout account that I use, it makes you have the $49.99 Amazon account because it has to pull a bunch of information off of it, so it won't work on the free account. So I have the I guess it's called the Pro Amazon account, and then I run an app that's called Scout IQ, and I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I wish I was, but I'm not. So it's the cheapest, best app that I can find, and it's pretty much what everybody uses. I think it's $8 a month is what you're paying, and it'll tell you as soon as you scan the barcode on a book, a DVD, or a CD, or a video game. It'll tell you exactly how much the game is selling for, how much profit you're going to make on it, and it calculates in all of the FBA fees, all the Amazon fees, all that stuff. So you could do it without that, but it just makes it a lot simpler and quicker to do it with the app. So I would suggest getting a Scout app. And then I personally did not have the Bluetooth scanner for like 3 or 4 months. So I'm a cheapo. I didn't want to invest a ton of money into this until I saw it working. And then once I saw it working and Amazon paid me, some money, then I bought it's just a Bluetooth scanner is all it is. And it scans the barcodes for me. I wish I would have gotten it a little bit sooner. I'm not going to lie, because it's so much quicker than just using like a phone screen camera. But you can do it with your phone. Your phone camera will scan the barcode, just as easy.
Now, when you're out in public and you're like let's say you're at, the Goodwill or whatever, and you're scanning barcodes, do people like give you funny looks or ask you questions about what you're doing, or do they ever kick you out or anything, or what?
So I've never been kicked out. I've been asked a ton of times where the bathroom is because people think I work there. I've been asked by one lady if I was cataloging the books for them.
Right.
And then I've had some other people who were shopping ask me what I was doing. And then I told them, what I was
Yeah.
doing. And then they thought it was super cool. Like, you know, it led to a million questions that kept me in the store way longer than I wanted to be in there. So
Yeah, for sure. Hey, let me say hello real quick to Gulf Coast Pickers is here in the chat. I wanted to say hello to Gig Lebowski is here. Laura is here in the chat, and Nina J is here, and Miss Taffy is in the chat. If you guys have questions for our guests, you could drop it in the chat. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been in the Dollar Tree a couple of times, and I go in there. Well, before they raise the prices, you could get DVDs and Blu-rays new into shrink wrap for $1. So I'd be in there scanning barcodes, and I might have been asked to leave or asked to stop recording or asked to stop scanning barcodes a couple times. And it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm going to get out of here before they call the cops. You know, I'm not going to stick around because I'm not breaking anything. I'm not vandalizing stuff, but they don't know what I'm doing. The only thing they know is I'm over here scanning barcodes. So they're just like, okay, you know, so I've been asked a couple times to stop scanning or stop filming or whatever. So it's life. It happens, man. So now I want to talk about real quickly about the app. The app is either going to show up green or red. So it's going to tell you, it's going to make the buy cost decision out of your hands. So the computer app is going to tell you it's green, it's a go, you can buy it, or red to pass. So talk briefly about the computer algorithm. Do you set up certain triggers that say, I only want to make $10 profit, or how do you have it set up?
Yeah, so everybody, it sounds like you're familiar with it too, but everybody, you can set up your own triggers however you want. So, you know, if you're only doing Amazon, you know, my suggestion is profit is profit kind of thing. So you might want to take something that I necessarily wouldn't take. So for me, the faster moving the product is, the less profit I'll take on it. But my cutoff is $8, I think, profit. So if it's going to sell within like 1 or 2 days, you know, I'll take the $8. But for the most part, I try to stay above $8. It's some of the DVDs are a little slower moving. Like my slowest trigger on DVDs, if it's going to take, you know, over 2 months to sell, it's got to be $25, $30 profit, I think, for it to show green for me.
Right, cool. And yeah, and tell people you're looking for ones that are new in the shrink wrap, because I get comments of people and they say, well, hey, I scanned this barcode of this particular DVD, and I'm like, bro, you're scanning the used items. We're looking at ones, if you look at the same exact barcode and it's new in the shrink wrap, you're going to have a higher resale value. You don't have to worry about the disc being scratched up or having damage. You're going to get lower returns. They're going to have a higher, you know, it's going to be a higher price that you can sell it for. So talk briefly about the condition of it, because people think, well, who would buy DVDs? I'm like, the same people that buy books and CDs in 2022 and DVDs. The stuff would sell if you just list it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, for me, like I said, the guy that got me started in the media on Amazon, he scans used DVDs. Also, you can make some money there, but you got to be careful with it, like you said. Me personally, I'm just scanning new ones. So I'll go into the thrift stores, or I mean, I even do it at garage sales. You know, like no shame in the game. So if it's new, I'm gonna scan it, and I've been having some pretty good luck with the new ones. They do bring in a lot more money. I think I sold a new DVD, actually a Blu-ray yesterday for $72, one Blu-ray. So it was a concert like recording that they had put onto a DVD. So people think, you know, who's buying DVDs, but yeah, like you said, if you send it in, I'm selling DVDs like daily, you know, that you're buying for $1.99 to $2.99. And then, you know, they're selling for $25, $30. Some of them, you know, even $70. So you just never know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, a lot of these sales, these $15, $20, $30 sales add up. And, you know, with Amazon FBA, you have someone else pulling the orders and shipping them for you. And then all you got to do is just take that money and kind of reinvest it to get more inventory the following month. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if you're already somebody and you're already working a full-time job, you can still sell on eBay or do Amazon FBA and do these as side hustles. You know, our guest said that that's what he did for the first 2 to 3 years. He still worked his full-time job as a school teacher. And then when he got off from work, he went out and was looking for items that he could flip and sell on eBay as a side hustle. So that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing this up, because it's two different type of business models, but you have this extra stream of income coming in month after month after month, you know, as long as you're still active on eBay and Amazon. And if you still had a full-time job, you can still do this on the side, correct?
Yeah, right. See, yeah, that's, you know, like I said, if there's anybody out there that's wanting to try Amazon, I actually consider myself a part-time Amazon seller. You know, I put at least 40 hours a week into eBay, and then I spend about 3 hours a week on Amazon. So I dedicate about 3 hours where I will go and look for books or DVDs or whatever it is. And then, you know, in all of my videos, I tell everybody my goal was by the end of 2022 to have $1,000 per month in sales, which gives me $500 in my pocket. So it's about a 50% return.
Right.
You know, and it's not a ton, but if you're looking for some extra cash, $500 is, you know, pretty good. So
well, bro, $500 would pay my rent every month. So it's like people who are just like, you know, that look at that step over, you know, they say, well, this is a small money or a small side hustle. Kyle is sending this stuff into the Amazon FBA warehouse. So it's not like he has to go punch a time clock and report to somebody and wear a uniform. He's able to do this as his side gig or side hustle on top of shooting YouTube videos and spending time with his family and selling stuff on eBay. So real briefly, let's talk about your YouTube channel. Tell people about what kind of content you make on YouTube. And so we'll talk about that real quick.
Yeah, my channel is Hauled by Hawleys. I think it's one word. I'm not real sure, but the photo is me and my son, because when I first started, he went with me everywhere we went, and now he's in school, so he doesn't go with me, but he used to go with me. I do eBay content and Amazon content. I usually flip-flop. So I do an eBay video and then an Amazon video, eBay, Amazon, some garage sale videos, thrift store stuff, haul videos. You know, it's nothing crazy, but it's, you know, I'm showing you guys how I make a full-time living, you know, just doing eBay and doing Amazon.
Well, guys, when I'm telling you, if you get to be your own boss and make up your own work schedule and wake up when you want to wake up, go to bed when you want to go to bed, it's a total different story than having somebody, you know, being a boss and making your schedule for you and saying, no, like I'm getting ready to have a vacation going to Miami next week, and I don't have to go report to somebody and say that I need a week off of vacation. So I told our guests we were only going to keep them on for 30 minutes. Tell everybody where they can find you at on YouTube and Instagram. I have your links down below.
Yeah, it's Hauled by Hawleys on YouTube and Instagram. I'm not really on any of the other platforms. I don't put out a ton of content, but a little bit, and kind of just show you guys what I'm buying, how much I'm selling it for. Like I said, the YouTube channel is Amazon and eBay. If you guys are interested, you could check me out there. And it's been fun. Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I appreciate you jumping on and hanging out with us today. You guys go follow our guests. All the links are going to be down below. It's Hauled by Hawleys, I believe is how you pronounce it. But I have all the links down below for YouTube and Instagram. Do you have any final thoughts or words of wisdom you could leave our audience with? And then we'll let you go.
It just, you know, if you're going to try it, stick with it. You know, it takes some time, but stick with it. And if you stick with it, it'll pay off in the long run, and you'll be happy that you did. So just, you know, stay with it.
All right, guys, well, go follow our guests. All the links are going to be down below. I will see you guys on Wednesday. We're going to talk to Pie's Postcards. He has over 1 million postcards that he sells on eBay. So I will see you guys in the next video. You guys have a great day. I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.